Welcome back. Today we're looking at analog horror. Ooh. And kind of ooh. You know, like this stuff can actually be a little spooky for real. We look at a lot of stuff that's almost spooky on this channel. Like we're like, oh, it's so scary. Picture of a cat with human-like lips. So uncanny. But like this can actually kind of get you. You know, there's something personal about it. If you haven't seen analog horror before, but you've clicked on this video for some reason, I'll explain it. Analog horror is horror with an analog edge to it. So VHS, old camera, staticky, tape, whatever, you know? Old TV stuff, like infomercials, it kind of encompasses a lot. You'll get it pretty quick if for some reason you don't get it from just what it's called. I'll start you off with an easy one. What do you think of this? What do you think of the suspect? Do you think he did it? Do you think it was him? Would you trust this guy with your drink? I don't know, man. He looks a little sketchy to me. Yeah, so, you know, it's like a police sketch, but it's just, I mean, police sketches always look a little creepy, a little uncanny regardless, but this just takes it up a notch, you know? He's got just like a lacerated face, sunken eyes, and a way too big of a grin. And also, his nose is a little off center, and that might be the scariest part of all of it. How about this one? I think we've looked at this before. This is a Dr. Nowhere image. This one, if you're familiar with analog horror, you've probably seen a bunch of stuff he's made. It's great. It's classic. You know, just like a little awkward, kind of 90s feeling multi-purpose room closet, but a big old entity just chilling with a big old, actually I just realized it's not a party hat, it's just a cone head. I think every time I looked at this image, I just thought it was a party hat. I mean, it could still be, it's just built in, you know, just always in party mode. It looks like no one showed up to his birthday party though, so I kind of get it. Actually, there's a description for this one. Cone zone is a phenomenon that has a 0.001 chance to occur when someone is admitted to a psychiatric ward. The subject will begin to view instances of tall figures with sad, longing eyes and long cone-shaped heads. They will pass themselves off as harmless and even invite you to sit with them while you talk to them. Do not do this. They are lulling you further into insanity, and once you realize what's happening, it is too late. Huh? All right. That's interesting. I mean, the odds are pretty low, and you have to be admitted into a psychiatric ward. So at that point, you might already be a little crazy, so what's this gonna do for you, you know? Here we go, like a little infomercial, maybe?
Welcome to our community. We're lucky to have you.
Nice. So welcoming.
Founded in 1981, our village has become the home of hundreds of people.
Wow.
As you may know, there are other people a few miles away from the village. These individuals are not a threat to our community.
I didn't think they were.
If you're watching this tape, you have been selected to meet them.
Oh.
The meeting will be held at the gas station near the village exit. You are expected to be there at midnight.
Of all times. This is not good. They're there, but I don't see them. Oh. I didn't guess that was going to happen.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Very straightforward. I don't know why I thought there was gonna be like some creepy entity. It's like, no, they just eat you. Are you like a sacrifice, I guess, for the village? I don't know. I was suspicious off the bat when they referred to it as a village multiple times. I mean, I don't know, man. Nothing wrong with villages, but it just sort of seemed like the wrong term to be using, given the context that we have like a whole videotape made, you know? Like there's obviously some conglomerate running this village. The vibes, they're off. They're way off. But yeah, I like it. Little classic infomercial, little like old camcorder footage with the date on it. That's classic. That brings me back. An old feeling gas station in the middle of nowhere. And then they were clever. There was no technical reveal in this footage. It was just footage. Anyone could go film this. But they told you what happened in the form of graphics. And I think that that's a nice way to be like, yeah, something shocking happened. Here's a little stick figure illustration for you so that this can still go on YouTube. And also be made on a budget of 0, probably. That's the beauty of this stuff. Also, I don't know if I mentioned it yet. In fact, I'm pretty sure I did not. But I made analog horror that I'll show at the end of the video, as usual. And I'm pretty happy with what I made. I don't mean to like put you on the edge of your seat and be like, oh, it's so good, but I'm not gonna show you. But like, you know, come on, we'll get there. We gotta take a little journey first, and then we'll see my interpretation. Here we go.
If you can see this message, remain calm and follow all instructions. An extremely dangerous anomalous event has occurred. The nightmares of individuals in your area are manifesting in reality. Try to remember if you have had a nightmare recently. If the nightmare involved a hostile entity, you may be in danger. Please take whatever steps are necessary to survive. You alone know what entity you will have to survive. The organization making this alert will reverse this anomaly. You will be protected, and any nightmare entities will be contained.
Nice.
Secure. Contain. Protect.
A lot of the SCP stuff, if you're familiar with SCP, it works really well as analog horror. It's very analog horror adjacent. I like this though. This is simple, 46-second video, short, sweet, to the point. I also like this array of images that they chose for things you could have a nightmare about, just like a tiger, a snake, a devil, just general sadness, fire, a black hole potentially, or just space in general. I don't think I've had a nightmare about any of these things, but I like to think that this is what other people have nightmares about. You know, it seems very cartoonish in a nice way, you know? It's kind of cute to have a scary dream about it just like a snake. I don't feel like I have nightmares ever, so I don't even know what this would be, which is really surprising that I don't have nightmares ever, because I feel like I'm constantly just stuffing scary imagery and horror videos and everything bad into my brain. But my dreams are still like, I went to the beach and I got a big lollipop and I didn't even drop it in the sand. I enjoyed the whole thing. That's like what my dreams are like, honestly. Or it'll be like drama, you know? I have like soap opera dreams, and then I wake up before the resolution, and that's kind of a nightmare in itself. Anyway, we'll move on. I'm getting sidetracked. Good video, I liked it. I think out of all the text to voice kind of old voices that we see in these, this might be my least favorite one.
If you can see this message, remain.
It's like almost the best one for the concept, but it just scratches my brain like sandpaper. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Mr. Sad Bunny. Oh, buddy. Mr. Sad Bunny's show.
Hey, Mr. Sad Bunny.
Dude, the production value.
Little friend,
Why are you so sad today?
I'm just a little hungry.
Oh.
Oh.
What is your favorite food?
You will find out soon.
That is a funny joke. Wait, no.
Dude, dang, that was good. What the heck? I mean, not like I'm surprised. This is Evilica, and she usually does like the moth guy or like the triangle head guy, which I love. This is a whole other thing, so I was kind of curious to see it. That was pretty good, right? That was fun. Same with the gas station one. It was cool to have like still a horrifying thing happen, but it's implied really well without needing to show it. A, for like our own sanity, and B, because like, you know, it's YouTube. You can't just show someone getting maimed and eaten. But you know, it's implied, in case you guys missed it, that Mr. Sad Bunny was actually Mr. Hungry Bunny, and this little kid was actually Mr. Tasty Kid. And this alligator is just here to watch, I think. He might be the most villainous character in this show, the person who just stands idly by while a bunny eats a child, but whatever, man. The setup though, the hook here, showing us Sad Bunny, revealing to us that Mr. Sad Bunny is actually kind of a freak, and then reminding us that Mr. Sad Bunny, the freak, is in the house. Great video. I liked it. But you see how they're all analog, but they're all different. Like, there's a lot of ways to do this. The stuff I made today is just images, because I, in the past, have made videos, and I think I did like an infomercial one once and like an emergency broadcast the other time, or something like that, like a warning type video. And I like doing that, but I wanted to try like an image type thing this time, shake it up a little bit, and then maybe I can use those images or what I learned in future analog horror videos, potentially. Hopefully you like what I did make. I mean, I know I'm teasing you again. We'll move on. But analog horror comes in images, in infomercials, in sketches, or whatever you would call this one. It's fun. I like it. It's just like TikTok horror like we do also, but it's got like more of a pointed objective. Yikes. Oof. Dang, small head. Or big body. I remember him. He was my friend. You sure? He disappeared and no one tried to search for him. Yikes, man. He looks kind of messed up, not gonna lie. What are we doing? What's happening? Yeah, I saw it. Oh my. How did you get out? Help me. Please. If you show us the drawings again, I'm gonna lose it. Jump scare? Just open the door for me, your friend. Dang. That's kind of crazy. Honestly, this first shot was terrifying. Yikes. I liked it. I liked it. Okay, I liked it. I have a hard time saying anything negative about these videos because I feel like that's just not what I'm here to do. There's always something to like in these, and there was absolutely something to like in this one as well. I do think you probably could have cut the length of the video in half by not showing the drawings like 10 times. But the drawings are spooky. I liked them. I just think that we got this exact shot like way too many times. But yeah, spooky. Your friend disappeared, no one looked for him, and then I don't know, he's back and he wants in, and I don't think you should let him in. I think that your friend disappeared for nefarious reasons and people didn't look for him because he's kind of a crazy looking murderous monster guy. Look at this. I think if he goes missing, he probably wants to stay missing, or he's just behind you, you know? Good video. I love the use of the drawings. Definitely a creepy image. Like this one for sure, but there was almost something more chilling about this one. Like I honestly think this one's creepier because it's like more subtle. It's kind of just a regular guy, but his smile's just too big and wide, and then his eyes are just like scratched out. Scary. Great visual. Love that.
Tell me, friends, how long has it been since you last opened the refrigerator? Things can change when we're not looking. Heat darkens, liquids thicken, and some things start moving on their own.
Yikes. This creepy, goopy looking face here, not a big fan of that. And then also it flashed at one point to like a different face somewhere in the middle here. Right there. Ooh, that was creepy. Whoa. That's scary, dude. That's a great. I mean, honestly, if you post this as an image as analog horror, great. I mean, this meat out of context would be a little strange, but like, honestly, it works. This mouth here and these eyes, oh man.
It darkens, liquids thicken.
And this, I still don't like this.
And some things start moving on their own.
Yikes. I feel like this face, it's scary and all, but it also feels very much like a cartoon face that would kind of go, you know what I mean? Like, Here we go. Analog horror.
The following
Emergency
message is
broadcast
transmitted at the
system.
request of the local county. Emergency services responded to multiple reports of individuals repeatedly striking their heads against a streetlight pole, and others attempting to remove their
what?
As the medical team arrived, they were informed about a constant noise that had been going on in their heads for weeks.
After some time, the medical team have successfully simulated the... Whoa. I read at 5th grade level, slow down. The medical team have successfully simulated the sound that appears in their heads. While this may not be the most accurate sound, it is very close, and here's the audio. But this really seems like a normal audio. But when they tried to visualize the audio, they were... Okay, I was going to say that's not that bad. Wait, what? Holy smokes, it's Metal Sonic. Dang, okay, so they visualize the audio, It's funny because they called it out immediately, but I was like, that audio is making them bash their head against the wall? That's pretty much what my brain sounds like anyway. You know, that's pretty normal, right, guys? That's normal to hear that all the time. That's normal, right? But to see this, not normal. Which then begs the question, are they seeing this? Or are they just hearing this and then someone else was like, oh, but the visual of the sound is this? Which also, how does that work? But at any rate, I think it's scary. I think the idea of people kind of losing their minds because something's getting beamed into their head is pretty scary. Also, highlight of the video is probably
heads against a
the hesitation right
and others
here.
attempting to remove their. As the medical team
so
arrived,
good. I love that
they
kind
were
of stuff.
informed.
I like it. Definitely strange. I mean, this is not a complaint, but having a voiceover and text that's not voiced over is interesting. I feel like you could just voice over the whole thing, because then who's not talking? Because why is there no one reading this? You know. But anyway, that's a style choice, I guess. But anyway, how you guys doing? You having fun? Is this good for you? You enjoying the analog horror? That one was pretty tame. Nothing to be too shocked about. A little face in the dark with some friendly looking eyes, you know? Here we go, Dr. Nowhere again. Nice. Just like an old, not just an old picture, but like it looks like a physical picture that has like wear and tear. Like a really realistic, like a coffee splatter, and like just, it looks great. And this creature, which is kind of like how my older brother used to do his hair back in the early 2000s with the spiky thing, you know? If you're watching this, am I right? Come on. This creature is like perfectly cohesed into the image. Like it looks like it's part of it. That's not a word, cohesed, but you know what I mean. This entity is very realistically placed into the image. Like I assume it was edited in after the fact and it wasn't like someone in a costume like this, because that would be way more work. But like the light reflecting off the edges of the spines here, and the way that like the damage on the photo is accurately on top of it, like it's really fantastic editing work. Or alternate possibility, this might just be real. Also, it's just random enough of a photo that you kind of like buy it even more. Like it's not perfect. It's just like a shirtless dude on the couch. The random kind of old photo that you would just have in some photo book somewhere, because every photo was precious back in the day because each one costed like $1. Great image. I like it. Dr. Nowhere. All right, this one, I don't know what we're about to see, but let's see it together.
How to start a safe and happy school bus trip. Step 1. Need a school bus? Step 2. A group of lovely children.
Okay. So far, it makes sense.
Step 3. We also need a reliable driver. Well, our school bus driver has rich driving experience and good literacy.
Good.
You can
Seems
also
qualified.
be a time in the Step
Okay.
4. We need to make sure that children ride safely in the right posture. Step 4. Gallop.
All right, you're losing me a little bit.
I'm sorry. There's been some accidents.
All right, yeah. That was so delightfully like random for the first half, and then honestly, still random, but much less delightful for the second half. Also the voice saying, I'm sorry, there's been an accident. Like that's the kind of thing that I would make when I was a kid.
I'm sorry. There's been some accidents.
Like the little broccoli tree guy is like still explaining what's happening, even though the kids have been smashed by a giant centipede monster with a hat on. Actually, wait, this is the bus driver, is it not? Whoa, guys. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? I don't think this bus driver was actually reliable and had good literacy. Also, this is like a side note here, but this page, we've looked at them before. Their username is in Japanese here, and I believe that that's not just like them doing that for fun, like someone from the US that just likes Japanese culture. Like I believe that they don't speak English as a first language, because a lot of the wording is kind of off, and the title here is even how to start AS happy school bus trip. Like, it's just kind of like wrong. Also, there was a weird typo. We need to make sure, but it's like Milwaukee. Why is there a W and an O in that word? Is it part of the video? I actually don't know if that was like a purposeful choice or not. Everything else seems pretty meticulous. That's such a random thing to put in. I don't know what that really
Let
does.
children ride safely in the right posture. Step
Also, gallop is just so funny, you know? Like, again, is it intentional? Is it just like a Google Translate thing, you know? Like, it meant to be like run or something? But again, I don't know if it's on purpose or not. But either way, it works great, because this step 4 being gallop is just mwah, 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 perfect. I love it. Also, the production value of drawing a bunch of stuff, it's great. This is one of my favorite ones that I maybe have ever seen in analog horror. Fantastic. Bus driver, though, not a good bus driver.
It's good for the mental health, you know. The outside and just exist.
True.
Spend too much time sitting and doing nothing, staring at a screen, someone else living their life while we sit and complain about the conditions that they decide to be. All it takes sometimes is a disconnect from the phones, the screens, and sometimes the people. Just go for a walk, or just to think, or so to feel. And you can pray too, not seeing much of that anymore. Can't habituate, right? Anyway, friend, it's been nice, but I do have to get going. By the way, if you're in silence, just ignore them.
What does that mean? Nice. I like when the scary looking otherworldly entity just gives you nice advice, you know? Just go out for a walk sometimes. It's good for your mental health. Sometimes I very begrudgingly go for my mental health walk. I'll be like, I don't want to do it. I feel miserable. I don't want to go for a walk. And then I go for a walk and I'm like, oh, I actually feel better now. And now I do want to go for a walk, but I have to actually start doing it first. That's the hard part. The time you most need to go for a walk, or something equivalent, is the time you most don't want to do it. Thanks, big otherworldly guy. I like that. That was cool. That was fun. I like a little out in the real world type stuff. It's not the most analog horror, I guess, if I'm being fair. There's not that many things that make it analog. It's kind of an older camera, and the creature's definitely analog horror looking. It's kind of VHS. It's definitely stretching it a little bit, so we'll move on. Okay, this one from that Japanese page again. I think we're in for a good time. It's looking like it's gonna be something unique right off the bat. I have not watched this yet, like all of these. Let's see what happens. Afternoon at home alone. There seems to be someone else at home? I thought you were alone. What to do? A, take a look. B, do nothing. Dad? He didn't speak and kept looking at me. He has been there. I will be blocked wherever. Weird. Dad? Game over, dude. Yikes. Okay, pretty good. Definitely different. Spooky in its own way. I like that the door opened opposite side from where the handle was. That's just amusing for a lot of different reasons. This is scary. And the sound right there? I love this. I mean, this is why I enjoy making the content so much at the end, although today I have images, but in videos, and not that like you have to make it yourself to understand how it works, but I think for me, I have a hard time putting myself in other people's shoes mentally, I have to do it almost physically. So like when I see this, because I've spent time working on videos like this, I'm then like, oh, the sound. What did they do to get that sound? You know, you can't just type in scary sound and get this sound. It's such a unique sound to come up with, and whatever they stringed together to make it happen took some thought and foresight. That sound. Not the door creaking, the one after it. That's so unique. I don't even know what that is. I don't know what I'm hearing, but because my brain doesn't know what it is, that adds to the scary of it. The rest of the video, I think it's like not that scary. I don't think it's really meant to be. Like, I don't think this blurry face guy is supposed to startle us. I think it's just supposed to make us feel confused. And then like, this is definitely unconventional. And that sound is great. I love that sound. That is so good. That one's great. Not the scariest thing ever. Maybe someone will say it's not analog horror, but look at this little kind of VHS screen tearing happening here. It's kind of staticky. Text on the bottom. We're gonna call it analog horror, man. I'm including one slightly longer video than usual because I think it's gonna be really good, because I liked the last video we saw from this page. I think this is gonna hit. I think we gotta end with a banger, but I usually don't wanna watch so much of someone's video. I like to do small bits, but we're making an exception. Here we go. As always, these will be linked in the description. Please go watch this creator and all of them. Obelisk, why do you keep us here is the name of the video. She is in here somewhere. It's so wobbly. I feel like I'm tripping. Or drowning. It's got the cool, like, old point and click graphics and movement style. And just sound effects. Really visually cool so far. Oh, it's like a crib. Oh. That's not right. Oh, what the heck? Is that us, or is there something behind us? You're not how I remember you, Abby. Oh, Abby. Is this like a continuation? Yikes. Oh, yeah. You guys might remember the other one we saw from this page. Very distinct design. Why do you keep me here? I can't stay here. Dude, the visuals are so good. Oh, man. Did you guys see that? Or is that just me? I don't think that's a baby crying, bro. Oh. Oh my gosh, dude. This is a nightmare. Please forgive me. Yikes. Just tense and just atmospheric. Not the scariest thing we ever saw, except for this right here. I mean, what the heck, man? There's definitely some sort of story. This probably means something. I think this is connected to the other one we've seen, and there are more. We're probably watching like episode 4 of season 2 or something here. We don't have all the context, but I don't think we need it to know this is some good stuff. I think just the style of graphics is really immersive in like an old computer game kind of way. And then stuff like this, it's just chilling in a way that you only get from analog horror. Like, this is what is so good about this stuff. Anyway, that's it for everyone else's content. A mixed bag of styles today. I think everything we saw was pretty good. Maybe there were some you liked less than others, but I picked them all out, and I think I did a pretty good job, considering I try to pick stuff out without watching it first, which is a strange process to say the least. But anyway, let's look at what I made now. Don't mind my very sketchy looking folder here. Let's look at what I've got. First one I made, I started off pretty classic. All right, I just made creepy analog face. All right, nothing too crazy. This looks like it would take 2 seconds to make, but for some reason this took me a long time. I probably did this the most complicated way possible to get this. Basically, I know you're looking at this and you're thinking, you just made a guy's mouth bigger. Oh, if it were so easy. I started with this image of Daniel Tosh because he just looks like the most uniform, normal looking shape of a guy. Then I cut out pieces of faces from other faces and superimposed them on top. Then I made it monochromatic to look like this, and then I kind of faded it a little bit. And I didn't stop there. I didn't know what to do with it after that point, so I had it say like, have you seen this man? You know, kind of like this. I also crunched it more for this one, make it look a little more uncanny. And then I also did, do not talk to this man. So not the best thing I made. This is probably the worst one I made today, which is why I'm showing it to you first. But I wanted to try my hand at your classic uncanny analog face. I'm also looking at this. I'm like, dude, why did I not like smooth out the nose here? It just ends in such flat lines. How did I not notice that? Second one, whom I have named Hugman. Pretty interesting. I spent so much time on this one. Mostly just because I'm not great at photo editing. At least I don't know what the fast shortcuts are to do stuff. So I really had to go and find a bunch of images of hands and then cut them out manually and then angle them and shrink them and space them. And at the last second, I just tried to add the like hands above the head because at first I had it like this, which I thought was good, but it didn't seem like that groundbreaking. It also like the proportions felt weird, and so I added the like last hands. It's like starts up here, goes all the way around, which I think was cool. Ending with the hands that are very like almost normal at each side. So it's kind of like the full spectrum of hands, of all the things hands can do. They can be above your head. They can be anywhere along the way down. They can also just be chilling at your hips, you know? I'm happy with this one. I put a nice like little noise filter on it, kind of like we've seen. These arms are all individual. Like I really did just do this like that. So there's definitely more I could do with this by moving the hands in different ways to make a sort of a different kind of image, but I was happy with what I landed on. The background is also the Windows wallpaper, but that's a little bit more of a weird core edge to it, but you can't really tell like that. So I made that one. I'm pretty happy with it. Then the last one I made, I don't think I landed on a spot that I felt like I was done with it. My idea that was in my head, I think it really only works for me because I know the context. But first I'll show you this. I wanted to make another face. My goal wasn't to just make another face. It was to make a really weird face, not just a human face with exaggerated features. I want to make a very strange face. And then I wanted to go the like old computer game route, like point and click. So I superimposed it into this image from Pajama Sam, which is one of my favorite point and click games from when I was a kid. Low-key still kind of slaps. And so I put it in here, which looks like a very simple thing to do, but I had to do a lot. I had to like cut this door out, and I had to like layer some things. And I also couldn't decide if I want to do like a regular mouse or like a clicky one. I also couldn't decide if I liked it better like this, like this, like this, or like this. A lot of different options here. I landed on this because it actually just feels like the game, but I feel like this is almost the scariest one. And then this, I don't like this one. And then this is like fine, but I feel like it's just a worse version of this one. So I like this and I like this. That's what I made. That's what I got. Also, the process for this face was really funny. I took an image of this monkey, a Lasula. I cut out just the face. I made it, you guessed it, monochromatic, which I had to do twice for each side of the face because it was darker on one side. And then I stitched them together to make this. And then I cut out these human-like teeth from like a stuffed animal that was meant to look hideous. Made them monochromatic, kind of filled them in a little bit, superimposed it onto here, kind of filled in the gaps of the dark spots here, added some eyes on top. It's a whole thing, man. I put some love and care into this image right here. But here's the original image from the game. And the point of the game, this is, I can't believe I'm explaining Pajama Sam to you. This game came out in like 1994 or something. something. But I grew up playing it as like a little kid. But the game is about being afraid of the dark and the monster in the closet. And so I replaced the guy in the closet with an actually scary guy. So it's kind of like almost a reference to the game too. Like it works. It works. All right, guys. It's actually really good and creative and fun and cool that I did that, by the way. But I think out of these ones I made, this one's fun, I'm happy with it, but I think this one might be the best image. I think if I did something with it, like if I put it somewhere or if I used this image in like a emergency broadcast or something like that, it could work. It's definitely creepy. I don't think it's the most unique design ever. I think that the whole multiple arms thing has been done a million times, but this one's different because I made it, and I'm not usually one to make stuff like this, so I hope you like it. Anyway, that's it, man. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Hope you had fun. I love this analog horror stuff. It's just fun. How unique it is. It's like an extra level of kind of like writing prompt where you don't just make a scary video or a scary image. You have to like stay within confines and evoke the right feeling, which is just fun. I think that that's cool. It makes it more personal too, because I feel like you're taking something that we are aware of, like in this case, an old video game, and making it twisted, you know, so that it's spooky that way. I like it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Like I said, the content creators that I looked at today are all gonna be linked in the description. Check them out. Dr. Nowhere, Evilica, Lizardmen Incorporated was that last one we saw. Great stuff. There's that Japanese channel, Zenith Initiative, and whoever else I forgot. Great stuff all around. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't yet and feel like it. I'll see you next week for another banger video full of banger videos, maybe even some banger images. Was this little oil stain on camera the whole video? I hope not. That would be its own kind of horror. Okay, no, you're good. But that was just out of frame the whole time.